Hi everyone, welcome back to Rabbi's Reflection. I'm glad that you're joining with me today. We'll be continuing in our study of My Grandfather's Blessings by Dr. Naomi Remen, and today reading the story Getting It Right. Stay with us as we read through the story and then offer some reflections. In the Mishnah Torah, Maimonides, the great Dr. Rabbi, describes the 8 levels of charity, or ways of giving to others. This was one of the many traditional teachings that my grandfather and I discussed and puzzled over. At the time, he was an Orthodox rabbi, a lifelong student of the Talmud, and I was 5 years old. When a text was as subtle and complex as this, he would simplify all of it, but its most basic wisdom. Here is the way that he told it to me. At the 8th and most basic level of giving to others, a man begrudgingly buys a coat for a shivering man who has asked him for help, gives it to him in the presence of witnesses, and waits to be thanked. At the 7th level, a man does this same thing without waiting to be asked for help. At the 6th level, a man does this same thing open-heartedly without waiting to be asked for help. At the 5th level, a man open-heartedly gives a coat that he has bought to another, but does so in private. At the 4th level, a man open-heartedly and privately gives his own coat to another, rather than a coat that he has bought. At the 3rd level, a man open-heartedly gives his own coat to another who does not know who has given him this gift, but the man himself knows the person who is indebted to him. At the 2nd level, he open-heartedly gives his own coat to another and has no idea who has received it, but the man who receives it knows to whom he is indebted. And finally, on the 1st and purest level of giving to others, a man open-heartedly gives his own coat away without knowing who will receive it, and he who receives it does not know who has given it to him. Then giving becomes a natural expression of the goodness in us, and we give as simply as flowers breathe out their perfume. At the time, it was very important to me to be good and to do things right, and I listened to this description very carefully. "I will only do it the right way, Grandpa," I assured him. He began to laugh. "Ah, Neshama," he said to me tenderly, "here we have a special sort of thing. Suppose we all gave to those around us as the first man does, begrudgingly offering a coat we have bought in the presence of witnesses to someone who has need and who asks us for help. If we did all this, would there be more suffering or less suffering in the world than there is now?" I thought for a long time, the need to do it right battling in me with the simplicity of my grandfather's question. "Less suffering, Grandpa," I said finally in some confusion. "Ah, yes," he said, beaming. "This is true. Some things have so much goodness in them that they are worth doing any way that you can. Unquestionably, there are ways of giving that may diminish others, stripping them of their dignity and self-worth. We can learn how to give without taking something away, and often we may learn as we go. But according to my grandfather, it is better to bless life badly than not to bless it at all." Sometimes we get so confused and caught up in ourselves on how to get things right. The title of the story that Dr. Remen is sharing with us today. And this is just a gentle reminder that when it comes to matters of blessings, just do it. Don't worry about how exactly you do it. I think often for myself about the concern or worry that I'll feel about reaching out to someone else because I'm thinking about them. Maybe it's because I haven't reached out to them in a while, or maybe it's because I know that they're not doing so well. And I worry, how should I say hello to them? How should I reach out? And I sometimes get so caught up and worried about the words that I might say or the ways that I say it that I don't end up even reaching out to that person, or I delay it so long that it's kind of lost its moment. And I'm reminded by this story that just reach out, just say hello. When it comes to goodness, how does she say it? How does her grandfather say? And when it comes to goodness, it's worth doing it any way that you can. And so sure, it's important to follow and to be interested in Maimonides' teaching about what are various levels of charity and what is the best level. And sure, that's really important, and that can be valuable to think about the different ways in which giving of our own selves, or knowing if the recipient is going to receive it, knowing who the recipient is, or does the recipient know who the giver is, and is that person giving freely, or are they giving begrudgingly, right? Those are all important things to keep in mind when we're thinking about our giving. But at the end of the day, to remember and to remind ourselves that we should just give. We should just be sources of blessing for other people. So that's my hope for you and for each of us today. And going forward this week, is that we think about ways in which we can give, and we just give. We just decide to give open-heartedly. And even if we're not so open-hearted about it, give anyways, because we know that in terms of blessings, it really is worth it any way that you can. All right, have a great day and have a great week.